Hey, welcome everyone to the Mario Bros. 2 Randomizer race. I'm Ethan RTA, and our racers are Curtsnewbrand and Thebagler5. Both of these runners are very, very talented at Mario Bros. 2. The vanilla game as well as the randomizers, they have like a lot of experience with both of these categories, and are basically in every single rando weekly we have, so it's seriously always a treat to watch them play. And just to give you like a quick idea of what this randomizer does to the game, here's like a brief summary of what it randomizes. So level order, they have no idea what's coming. However, 7-2, which is always the end of the game, will end the randomizer as well. Characters are chosen for them. They have no say in who they get to be. That's all predetermined based on the seed. All the enemies are changed, except for the ones necessary to beat levels, which you'll see a couple enemies that need to be there. Otherwise, some characters couldn't finish the level, so those will stay, but all the other enemies are changed. We got boss patterns, boss HP, and a couple of other quality of life changes in here as well. It's not all pain, but yeah, basically everything that could be randomized is in this. And yeah, let's get started. So a really cool thing that they just had happen is they're Mario. And so typically in SMB2, Mario's kind of a boring character. So in the randomizer, we made him this, what we call the super character, and that has the best traits of the other threes mixed into one. So you can see he can float like Princess Peach, he has the run speed of Toad, and he can jump as high as Luigi. So instead of Mario being kind of boring, he's actually incredible in this, and honestly who you always want to be. And they're off to a great start. Oh, and Kurt showing off that if you jump into the corner of a block, you actually clip into it and it kind of looks like a wall jump. And not only that, you'll notice the colors are completely messed up. Well, it's seemingly messed up. So in the latest update, they made it so you get random color palettes for every level, which is super cool. Like when you throw a potion and go through the door, you're in subspace and everything's like black and blue. That can actually be a color palette that you get. So yeah, that's a really sweet change that just got added in. They're basically tied. It looked like Bagler may have gone for the slots for a moment, but in this level's 3-2, and typically you'd want to be Peach to jump over this huge gap, right? Well, they don't have that option, and they're kind of showing off their awareness of how to play the game as not only the speedrun characters, but all the individual ones, because they just immediately go to the right. They run over there as fast as possible with Toad, and like they don't skip a beat just because they're not a character they don't want to be, right? And this Birdo in particular is a pink Birdo, and these Birdos only shoot eggs about every 4 seconds. But, like I said, the boss HP is randomized, and that Birdo had a single HP, which is the best case scenario. It can go from like 1 HP to at least up to 5. So whenever the rare chance that they get only a one-hit Birdo is such a relief for them. So far, this is 6-1, and it looks pretty vanilla as far as the typical enemies would be, because even the enemies in the jars can be completely changed, but they're making quick work of this level. Oh, Bagger's snagging a 1-up, which I think is a really smart play. If in randomizers you have no idea what can happen, and having 1 extra HP can actually be huge. It's kind of like playing it safe versus like, just going for all the fast strats, maybe dying, but still saving time overall. It's like the different play styles that are really interesting to see in this. Oh, and you'll notice that they're digging insanely fast. That's a quality of life change that McCover, who designed this randomizer, implemented. Like, normally you dig much slower than that, and it is painful. It's so difficult to do. But luckily we have that to carry us a little bit in the digging sections. And one reason why fighting Birdo with Peach is so awkward is that you'll notice Peach picks things up so, like, the slowest in the game. And yeah, that makes it really hard to actually basically do anything fast. It's just so not ideal. But they've honestly not messed up a single time yet. It's pretty insane to see such clean gameplay when they don't even know what to expect. And I gotta mention, Bagler has the record in Luigi only, so I expect him to do super well in all of these Luigi levels. He's just so good with that character. And if you see on Kurt's screen, he's jumping from the vines. If you hold the diagonal up while you're like about to fall off a vine, and you can press jump, and you actually get a jump out of it. And Luigi in particular, it's super nice with him. You have like 8 frames or so to do it, and it's very, you can mash to get them. All the other characters only have 3. But that's one reason why Luigi's really nice for vertical climbs. Oh my gosh, another single hit Birdo, okay. Like, the Great Birdo only shoots fire, so I was a little nervous for Kurt going into that, but no issue there. Oh no, and if the orb or any other block lands on top of you, you get stuck underneath it, and that's what just happened to Thebagler. Luckily, he was able to get out of there quickly. You kind of just mash jump, and just hope that it starts bouncing and leaves you. But, yeah, you see that every once in a while. So, luckily it didn't hold him back too much. Oh, and this is 5-1, and in the speedrun, you would want Luigi, so this is actually perfect. This is exactly what you would want. Because all those gigantic gaps, he's one of the few characters that can make them without slowing down at all, so yeah, that was incredibly ideal. And another one-hit Birdo, okay. Who chose this seed? I'm starting to think Kurt designed this seed specifically for him. And Kurt getting a 1-up from the slot machine. What a legend. Okay, and showing off the subspace backdrop again. Like, did you notice how you could not see that door at all? Earlier today, we did a randomizer race, and people were searching all over just to enter the doors in this, and it was hilarious, but they've definitely learned from that experience and are entering no issue. And hopefully they get to show off a wrong warp. This is like one of the few levels where you almost always get a chance to do it. So hopefully they're gonna go for it, and it looks like Kurt will. Okay, and he gets it. So that ladder's connected with that door down there. And that's the easiest way to explain it. They're connected so that if you wait for an enemy to hit you, you press up, and then you hold down. You basically get clipped into the ground. Oh, Bagger getting it too. Okay, that's amazing. You get clipped into the ground, and it warps you into the boss area because it's connected to the door that also leads to here. So, dude, these guys are so good. Seriously, they nail that wrong warp like 90% of the time or something. So good. And as I mentioned, some enemies can't be randomized just because they're like important in the level. Those Bezos are always there. Clearly they don't need to be there. They're really just a nuisance in this case. But in a few other sections, they're pretty. They can be important. Same with the giant birds, the albatrosses that you'll see. So those enemies are always there. Pretty much all of the flying ones are going to stay there. Ooh, Kurt taking damage and slowing down. Those spouts are super awkward. Oh, and the first death. Okay. That definitely gives Bagler the lead. Oh, and I think Bagler taking damage in the exact same spot. Oh my gosh, and him also dying. Okay, the lead is back to Kurt. Wow. You see, that's how crazy these randomizers are. Like I was saying how good these guys are at the game, and they still will die in these random situations. Oh no, and as I say that, Kurt, going for the jump, and you can always make that jump if you're Toad and you have an enemy in your hand. But if you don't have an enemy, then yeah, you won't be able to make that. And he may have been going for a double jump like Bagler just did. If you jump into the very front of an enemy but don't touch it, as you're moving upwards, the game treats it like you're still on the enemy, and then you can jump a second time. Kurt making the jump the second time around. Oh, but getting real close to that fire. Okay. that section's so stressful. Oh my gosh. And it was kind of hard to see, but Kurt actually did a glitch as soon as he went into that rocket. There's a kill code in this game, and if you activate the kill code after picking up the rocket takes off way faster than normal. And like normally you have to wait a little bit. It has a frame rule. It goes off about every 1 second or so. But you can skip that by doing the kill code like Kurt did. And Kurt got the star kill, which is super good. If you collect enough cherries, a star will spawn. And luckily they put some cherries in situations where you can get enough cherries, grab a star, and take it straight to Birdo. So really good strat from him. Ooh, okay, Bagger missing that skip. So if you do a charge jump here, you can skip this entire gap. And I'm wondering if Bagler's just barely letting go of A too early to get this, because if you hold down A as you fall in the air, you actually fall slower. So let's see if Kurt can get it. Actually, I remember Kurt talking about this earlier, so yeah, Kurt nails it first try. That's a huge time save for him. There's normally an enemy on that platform, so you don't even have to charge a jump, but since you don't know what to expect, yeah, the enemies can get despawned from all the other enemies on screen. Yeah, the alternate background palettes are really cool looking. Some of them are kind of gross, honestly, but for the most part, they're really cool looking. And so if you notice that Kurt actually went up the right side, whereas Bagler went up the left, there can be enemies that spawn in positions such that they actually fall on you without you being able to see them. Yeah, 7-2 is locked in for the final level, yep. Oh no, Bagler taking another death. Dude, 7-1 was brutal for them. Whether it be 7-1 or like 4-2, this is just such a nasty level. And you can see if Birdo shoots an egg like just at the right time after you throw the block, it can make the block bounce right over Birdo and it doesn't take damage. Oh no, the Birdo just being so rude to Bagler. Luckily, he has a lot of lives, so there's no worry about like getting a game over or anything. And still, anything can happen because this is so early on. Dude, it happens. These randomizers are really mean, and the pattern that Bagler has is super nasty. You'll notice Birdo opens its mouth and just doesn't shoot forever. I think everyone agree that that's the worst pattern to get, because you just don't know when to expect it. Normally, the mouth opens and you immediately pick up a block to use iframes or something, but no, you really don't know what to expect. And Kurt's kind of showing off something that you really never get to see anymore if you watch speedruns, the key. And normally you do a wrong warp, but you can't do that if you don't have the right enemy. And since all their enemies are random, yeah, they typically just go straight for the key and play it safe. You can still do the wrong warp, but it's really awkward, and no one's tried to mess with it yet, especially just in like a marathon setting. I expect Bagler to play it safe. And I think Bagler, did he just get the veggie glitch? Okay, Bagler got veggie glitch, which is a frame perfect trick. Alright. So, okay, Bagler went down there to check and see if there was an enemy he could use, and he noticed there wasn't one, so he's opting to just go up now. Yeah, Bagler's just showing off. He had a rough Birdo, so he felt like he needed to look cool for a little bit. And it worked. Yeah, that was an insane veggie glitch. I kind of missed part of it, because I saw him have a bomb explode, and I honestly don't really know exactly what happened. Kurt in 4-3, another level where you really want to be Luigi or Peach, but since Mario has both of their characteristics, you can jump that huge gap, no issue, and it saves like at least a minute or something, being a character that can make that gap. It's such a long level otherwise, so they're both probably super relieved to see that it's a nice level. Oh, and Kurt had a perfect Fry Guy, wow. Alright. Hopefully Bagler doesn't know this, he's just like minding his own business, not stressing out over Kurt's perfect gameplay, no big deal. Kurt's just like, died that one time and now he's just taking off so fast, man. Hopefully he can do a star kill on his screen. Oh, okay, he's going back for the chair. I was curious why he slowed down a little bit, but yeah, he wants to have the right number of cherries to hopefully get a star kill on the Birdo coming up. Oh, and Bagler unfortunately not getting a 1-up. You hate to see it. Oh, so you'll notice that in the level that Bagler's in, 4-3, Kurt actually stopped in front of the door for a little bit, and he was waiting for Birdo to shoot an egg. And if you wait in front of the door, then Birdo doesn't move as far left to shoot an egg, so it's like a very minor time save, but it's a pretty cool one. Yeah, Kurt took a really mean death there. In the sand levels, they're like 2-1 like Kurt's in, or 2-3, they're so bad to take a death in, because there's so much digging that you have to redo, and it's like some of the longer deaths. So yeah, that's pretty rough, but like I said, you have no idea what can happen in these, so that could be a big deal, or it could just be, it could really not mean too much. Okay, Bagler took out Fry Guy pretty well. So he's really not far behind. That death actually is helping out Bagler a lot. Oh, so that jump Bagler went for onto the snake, that's actually a really tough jump. You want to pause before it so that the snake is lower into the ground when you go for the jump. So even if you do slow down, it's still a really awkward one and tough to make. Ooh, Kurt entering 5-3, and this is like my least favorite level as Luigi. It's so awkward. I mean, most things are awkward with Luigi in my opinion, but this is a hard level. Oh man, and Bagler's small for 2-1 as well. That's pretty awkward, but it looks like he got through the digging section no issue. I was honestly nervous for Bagler that he went underneath that Shy Guy. I was like, dude, don't risk it, please, but he was fine. Thebagler typically likes to do the riskier strats in races anyway, so I expect that kind of thing from him. And on Kurt's screen, him like doing a duck and sliding above that jar is actually a really decent time save. Like I can't even remember the last time I did this level the intended way, but that saves a lot of time. We expect that Bagler's the people's champ. You know, we've been over this before. He's the wild card, you know. I mean, hopefully, I was giving him a hard time about doing a certain wrong warp in this, so hopefully we get to see it. So Kurt's gonna show off fast carpet, where you kill the first like Pidgeot on the carpet, and then spawn a second one, throw that off screen, and get on the original carpet. And for some reason, that makes the carpet go extremely fast. And yeah, for whatever reason, that just works that way, and we call it fast carpet. Kurt was like waiting for an egg to spawn so that he could bounce the enemy off an egg and get a double hit, but I guess he got sick of waiting and just chucked it straight at the enemy. Yeah, this is super close. A couple of deaths from both players, and now Bagler's really not far behind at all. And Claw Grip is a really awkward boss. Depending on the amount of HP it has, it can be a really hard fight. Like, there's a setup to get every single hit immediately on Claw Grip, but it's kind of extremely hard as Luigi. But Bagler actually has his own setup, so I think he will nail it. But if you don't know that setup, this fight can take so long. Crabio, excuse me. I don't know. Wow, Kurt almost died going for that rock. That was nasty. He got so close to falling in that pit. Okay. That was not what I was expecting. That's the scariest part about that fight, is like riding a boulder onto like near that pit at all. So that was really stressful. Oh, and for some reason Bagler's fast carpet didn't work. Okay. And it's really smart of Bagler to restart this situation. If he had tried to ride that carpet over there, he may not have made it and just taken a much slower death. So for him to just redo the fast carpet was really smart, and it looks like he got it. So well done from Bagler. Is this a rerun? Yeah, no, I'm happy to just be doing commentary for this disc. Okay, so Kurt's on another vine jumping section, and the cool thing about Princess is that if you mess up a vine jump, sometimes you'll be able to just float instead of like falling, like what just happened. He missed a vine jump, but since Princess can float, he just was still at the exact same spot that he fell from. So that's actually one nice thing about being Princess with vine jumps. Other characters, you can make one mess up and oh, it takes so long. Oh no, and Bagler taking damage, so he can't do his faster, consistent strat against Claw Grip. That's gonna be, oh, that kind of sucks for him. He just has to rely on good RNG at this point. Hopefully, okay, yeah, good enough. Ooh, and Kurt almost looking like he phased through the fish. That happens way more than I like to admit. Yeah, these guys are incredibly good at this game. They've put so much work into all levels, any percent, the randomizers. Like, dude, they've improved so much across the year that it's been insane to watch. I'm really glad that they're the two showing this off. I mean, Kurt arguably has like the most experience with randomizers, period, as well. Yeah, I'm okay. I have some experience with the game. Okay, nice. So in 6-3, since Mario's the super character, you can just charge a jump and you don't have to worry about a potion jump or anything. You can just skip that entire section without having to go into the quicksand. And you'll notice that Kurt just got a 1-up instead of a potion, so it would have been impossible to do that with any other character. So he kind of lucked out, actually. Oh my gosh, but this Birdo before Triclide is a tank. Okay. Kurt showing off a goofy thing where you can walk on a block into a Hawk Gate and it just makes it look like you're way higher than you need to be. And a one-hit Triclide. Okay. That's the best possible situation you could have there after like a brutal Birdo. Ooh, and that was a nice snipe from Bagler. So my favorite part of this crazy like palette swap are the trees on Kurt's screen. I think the pink trees look so cool. Everything that's like a light green is a bit much for me, but other than that, they look great. And see, like I was saying, with experience with randomizers, Bagler also knew, like, oh, just charge a jump, you can skip this entire section. Like, experience matters so much in these races, and they're really showing that off. Like, the Birdo on Bagler's screen only shoots fire, but in the vanilla game, it would shoot eggs and fire. And so some people will wait for it, you know, because they want to get, like, a double hit with a bounce or something. But these guys, they know what they're doing. They're not waiting for that. Ooh, and Bagler having a clean tri-glide fight as well. Well, as I say that, Kurt had a fantastic Birdo as well, so these guys are doing extremely well. And like for me, when I play this, and the super characters like Mario or whatever, it's so counterintuitive for me to pick up an item. Of course, in this situation, it makes you go faster, but like, for someone that hasn't done this as much, I always forget to pick up an item for that speed boost. So that's another thing where I'm like, dude, these guys know what they're doing. They just pick up enemies right away, and it's no issue. And Kurt do it riding the Bezo there. So those are another, you know, the flying enemies are always here. They won't be randomized. And I was talking to Kurt about that earlier, so I'm really glad that he actually did that strat. That's so funny. Honestly, I did not. I've never seen anyone do that, and I was just mentioning, like, dude, did you know you could actually do this? So really glad that he showed that off. It also just looks cool, walking on a Bezo. Oh, 6-2 actually 6-2? Okay. So... oh, I'm not sure. Okay, I think Kurt's gonna play 6-2 safe. He might know he's in the lead right now as well, so that could be why he's not gonna risk it, but it's a pretty awkward one. Don't it feel good? Yeah, 6-2 in particular, you can do some pretty crazy strats here, and of which Kurt decided to not do, but you know, nothing wrong with that. Oh, so Bagler's trying to figure out what to do in this situation. Oh wow, I think... did Bagler try to land on that Ostro as it was falling? This guy's crazy. I don't think... can you make that jump? Oh no, so Bagler... honestly, taking a death for Bagler may have been better than the alternative, because I don't think he knows about spawning the Bezo. So yeah, he's gonna go back here and do the fast carpet. Typically there'd be jumping ninjas, and you can just do a charge jump off of them on Bagler's screen, but those... well, weren't there in the randomizer, so he has to rely on a carpet or the Bezo that Kurt did. Okay, at least he made that jump. That could have been really bad if he wasn't able to get over there from the carpet, but yeah. Not as bad as it could have been. If he fell again, that would have been pretty rough, but he's back on track. Needless to say, Kurt is schmoovin'. Oh my gosh, if you see those ninja on Kurt's screen, those are the most stressful enemies to have when you're digging. Like, oh, they're so bad. What's up, Big Chief Mustache? Good to see you. Oh, Bagler's showing off the fast 6-2. Okay. Really good beginning to this. And he pulls off the first part perfectly. He has to pull back a little bit because he's just not used to playing as this character, and the floating is something that he's not necessarily used to and almost falling off, but he does it perfectly. Really well done. That saved him a huge amount of time over Kurt for 6-2. So yeah, I'm really glad he got to show that off. Yeah, that was smooth. Kurt having a smooth climb up there with the key. That's actually like the worst spot you can die at. After grabbing the key and making it right to that door and then dying, or dying before you enter the door to the key, it's such a long recovery, so really good to see them make it past that. Bagler actually caught up a lot because of doing that strat. And Kurt's trying to throw that ninja against the wall, and that actually... ooh, that getting close to that fire, but if he can throw this against the wall, it saves a lot of time. Yeah, nice. It's a guaranteed, like, I think up to like 5 hits or something? Guaranteed just because you throw that ninja, so huge time save, and I'm glad Kurt got that. Ooh, and 2 boss levels for the final world, okay. I love seeing worlds just full of boss levels. It's like a boss rush, and I think that's one of the coolest things to have for a randomizer. And we'll see now if Kurt gets to do the fast strat or not, because he might have to go the long way, and that will... like, if Bagler can get up here without going the long way, that's huge. That's like 40 plus seconds. Oh, but they got lucky. They have a normal ninja, exactly like you'd see in the speedrun, and they get up there no problem. entering the door, ducking a few times. So the reason why he entered that door is if he dies, he'll go straight back to that door instead of the furthest door down. So that's actually a really good strat for races. Because if something dies, you don't know, anything could happen in these. And going back, losing less time from a death, I should say, is a really good strat, believe it or not. And the rest of this level is, really mean as Toad. You have to charge jumps here, and with these sparks having a different speed than vanilla SMB2, it's brutal. So, yeah. This section is actually really nasty on this. Yeah, good thing Kurt opened the door, yeah. This level does have a wrong warp, and I don't know if Bagler's gonna go for it. And I only say that because if you mess up the wrong warp in a particular way, you soft lock, and that's not good. You can do a kill code and restart the level, but I think Bagler has like 7 or 8 lives, so not preferred. And the wrong warp really only helps if you get a star before doing the wrong warp, because you can kill Mouser with a star here. So depending on the number of hits it's gonna take Kurt to kill Mouser, I mean, doing the wrong warp could save Bagler a lot of time. Okay, yeah, so now, if it's a one-hit Mouser, it actually loses time, I think, going for the wrong warp. You just would rather walk to Mouser. So now I kind of hope Bagler doesn't go for it, but he's the people's champ. Oh, what a gross 7-2 on Kurt's screen. Oh man, I don't know about that green. It looks kind of cool, though. Oh, Bagler is grabbing Sherry, so he might actually go for it. Oh god, it's so scary for Bagler jumping around all those sparks with only 1 HP. And the chain jump that Kurt just got, if you guys haven't seen a speedrun before, that skips basically the entire level. Like, it's a much longer level if you don't do that chain jump to walk on the ceiling. But, yeah. Especially as Luigi, it's a really chill strat, and that saved them. It's honestly like 30 or 40 seconds. At least it feels that long. Oh, Bagler almost falling! Okay, so Bagler is going for the wrong warp. It looks like he got it? Yeah, so the way that worked is... Oh, okay, and he actually got the star kill. That's amazing. If you're below the screen that a door is on, and you, like, jump up into the door before the screen scrolls, it initiates a wrong warp, and you have to fall down a screen to go where you want to go. If he didn't fall down that ladder after opening that door, it actually would have sent him into a wall where you can't escape. So that's a really clutch wrong warp from Bagler. And Kurt's already at war. Oh my gosh. He has his own strat for having the veggie spawn right when he hurts Wart. So I expect a pretty clean fight from him. I mean, the situation of him missing that tomato, it spawned in the worst possible spot for him, and that's like extremely hard to grab if it's even possible. So outside of that, Kurt is like doing this fight on point. And Bagler's hardly behind him at all, actually. Even if it took him a little bit to do that wrong warp, he's so close. Okay, and GG's to Kurt. But, I mean, even Wart's HP is randomized, so you really don't know what you just never want to slow down throwing the veggies at him. Ooh, Bagler taking a hit from the Hawkgate. That Hawkgate's hitbox is disgusting. It's so big, it's awful. So he gets in there, no trouble. Yeah, GG's to Kurt. That was a very, very good race from him and Bagler. Like, that was amazing. Guys playing on point. And Bagler showing off the 3-3 wrong warps, the fast 6-2 strat. Like, awesome to see. Let's go. And Bagler, like I said, Kurt's really good at this fight. Bagler's just as good. Ooh, and he almost got the insane veggie too. Nice. He kind of like... They're timing it... Yeah, he does like a full jump when Wart stops flashing, and then at the peak of his next jump, he does the throw. Nice! Alright, a really, really clean Wart fight from Bagler. That was amazing. GG's to Bagler. Alright, nice. And you know, something I did forget to mention earlier on, normally when you kill a boss you have to wait for the music to play out. In this particular randomizer they disabled that, so you can just enter the door immediately, and it's like a quality of life change. You don't have to wait a few seconds for it to play the music or anything. You just go right away, so Very nice. And it looks like the runners are going to be hopping in there, and I always love to hear what they have to say after the run. Sometimes good things, sometimes bad, you never know, but these guys played amazing, so I'd love to hear how they felt throughout that race. Hey, what's up, Kurt? And Bagger, what's up?
Hello, hello.
How was it? And you guys played great.
A little back and forth action.
Yeah, well, I would say 4-2 was very back and forth.
Oh my goodness, yeah, we both got by those auto bombs.
Yeah, dude. I was like, oh my gosh, Kurt died there, and then you did the same thing. I'm like, what's happening? Yeah.
That enemy there is basically impossible to deal with unless you know it's coming.
Oh yeah, that's so bad, especially when I feel like the whale section, everyone has the exact spots that they jump from every time, and they don't really alter from that. So when you have crazy enemies like that in your way, like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, especially when you're playing the character you'd normally play in that level too, it's easy to go autopilot and like, yeah, there's not going to be an auto bomb here.
Yeah, of everything. Yeah, like one of the tallest enemies to worry about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you got to show off 3-3 wrong warp and got the star kill.
That was a close one, man.
I didn't think
that
you were gonna get the star kill, dude.
I was gonna go for it anyway. I was like, I got 11 lives. we're going for it.
And like the screen normally changes colors to show you that you got the wrong warp, but I don't think it did, right? It was just still black or something.
It changed to a different color than normal.
Okay.
But it looked like I was good. There's a little mini heart attack there. Because I think it actually changed to the color that would normally mean you didn't get it. But since the palette was so weird, I don't know. But
I was scared.
Yeah.
I was really scared.
I was like, should I go for it? And Kurt said he was in 7-2, so I was like, all right, I'm going for it.
Nice. I was wondering, man. And well, because it was a one-hit mouser, so I'm like, is it still gonna go for it? Yeah.
That's hilarious. Of course it is.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that when I suggested you go for it.
Oh, wow. Oh, so you knew, huh?
Yeah, Kurt was playing you, dude. And clean ward fights, too. You guys did the, the typical strat, you know, for it. Didn't skip a beat.
I was pretty happy with that wart fight, yeah.
That wart fight did you see? Cartman.
Nice.
Did you see that crazy veggie glitch I accidentally got in I think it was 1-3.
Yeah, well,
what the heck happened?
I missed it.
I
looked away. I saw something explode, and then you had a veggie glitch, and I was like, "Wait, what?"
So I veggie glitched a bomb, and I was like, "Oh, oops! I veggie glitched the bomb." And then I was just like picking up a bunch of random stuff on that, that section where there's a bunch of vegetables.
Mm-hmm.
And I just started picking everything up, and then like I was going over to the door, and I was like, I have a veggie glitch turnip somehow. Like I thought it was a bomb. Like I don't. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that because I don't.
I was just gonna say we need to see.
I was hoping you would know or saw.
It might be something with the randomized items too. That like the game remembered it was supposed to be a turnip after the bomb exploded.
Well, he picked up the turnip though. That's the weird thing.
Yeah, so I exploded, and then I had nothing, and then I don't know.
I've never seen that before. That was like forbidden techniques in a race, dude.
Yeah, completely useless. God. But I was like, what in the world?
Yeah, because if people don't know, if you do the veggie glitch where it sticks an item to your head and you can bring it to the next area, if you do that with a bomb, it just explodes on your head and you can't throw it. So it's like the worst case scenario for getting the veggie glitch.
Yeah.
But that was hilarious, dude. Really good job.
It kind of worked like the POW glitch, but with the bomb exploding.
Maybe. We need to get products on that stat.
Yeah. Hot new tech.
Yeah. But
yeah. Well, thanks for hosting, Ethan, and everyone at GG Speedruns. Appreciate
thank you, GG
having us on.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for having us. This was a blast. Thanks to Ethan. Thanks to the organizers. Thanks, Bagler.
Yeah, dude. Super grateful we could show it off. So I think with that we'll hop off. But thank you again, everyone.
Have a good one, everybody.
See y'all later.